that
Okay, go ahead.
that television show talked about the one man who suffered from cancer. He tried to uh, earn some money from make that drugs uh, to survive their family when he died. And
Not by selling, not
the
by selling, but making. He was the producer,
making,
manufacturer.
yes, manufacturer, and he joined he joined with his partner. He do that selling part,
Mhm.
and he became a very big drug lord in that country.
Mhm.
And it's a very interesting story, and he that TV series covered many society issues with that 5 seasons,
Mhm.
and it's a very good TV show. It's not
Mhm.
just a TV show.
Mhm.
It's talk about many kind of society issues in that show, and try to
Social issues in USA.
it's not actually they just not they mainly point out that issues in the USA, but it's already happened in a country like Sri Lanka.
Mhm.
And we cannot say that it's just fancy things or something, but
Mhm.
mainly it's not mainly we saw many TV shows like it's very artificial uh, stories,
Mhm.
but this story is very realistic story. They just showed us very interesting and very realistic story in that TV show,
Mhm.
and that's why I think it became I think
So
it's
popular.
where it is it's said world number one TV series in the current world, and that's why I think that's the main reason, because they talk about current society issues,
Mhm.
not only USA. Uh, I think it's very
It can
familiar with
be so
our.
the story is very applicable to countries like Sri
Oh
Lanka.
yes, it's already, because after internet become internet popular in a country like Sri Lanka,
Mhm.
Sri Lankan people also uh, how to say that hug
They
Valandaganwa
embraced it. Sri Lanka's embrace.
embrace many things from Europe countries,
Mm.
and that's why I said most of things similar with USA,
Mm.
and that store that mainly talk about that drug issue.
Mm.
That drug mainly in Sri Lanka, I think, popular with some people who gathered to DJ parties and some kind of clubs and nightlife uh, spending people,
Mhm.
mainly with young people.
Yeah,
And
mostly not.
I saw
It's very such drugs are very popular among celebrities like actors, actresses, sportsmen,
sportsmen,
children.
yes,
I think children of
children.
politicians and many politicians, right? They are
I
the
saw
ones.
that,
They are the ones actually. They are the ones who are in the habit of gathering to the such nightclubs and other places and use
yes.
them and have their nightlife in that way.
And then that starting of that drugs, I heard with my friend, it mainly innovated by German military
Mhm.
to get
To make
to
their
boost
soldiers
their
to make their soldiers
to
awake at
soldiers.
night during the war.
yes, during
Mm.
the war, and
So that they can fight for days at the street without sleeping.
continuously, yes,
Mm.
that's the main reason.
Mm.
And then after taking more doses, it started to uh, make some side effects to them
Mm.
with mental issues
Mm.
and some kind of uh, physically damage their
Mm.
uh, bodies, and
Mm.
some kind of uh, uh, yeah, uh,
They started no the
fastly,
most
fastly,
soldiers
fastly.
most
Uh,
soldiers started
mm,
becoming lunatics and killing themselves. They
yes,
started killing
killing
themselves.
themselves and starting fastly. How to say that their age,
Ah,
their uh,
they began aging. They began aging. Yeah, they are
aging
aging.
with
The
that
speed of aging was increased.
increased
They started
and
becoming old very fast.
all very fast. Yes,
Mm.
and that TV show also clearly show that that side effects,
Mm.
and mainly it's a star. I in my experience, I mm, uh, I meet some my friend. He also said he worked with musical band named Marians.
Mm.
They in some of months they have 36 shows for a month.
For a month. Huh?
36
30 shows a month. Mm.
a
But
month.
there are only 30 days in
It
a
mean
month.
it means there is more than one shows for a day.
Mm.
So they have to continuously play shows
Without sleeping. Without sleeping at
without
night.
sleeping.
Mm.
He's a sound mixing guy,
Mm.
and he said when he take a one dose,
Mm.
he can continuously work 3 or 4 nights without sleeping.
Mm.
That's the power of that drug,
Mm.
and it's not people. Most of people try to get that drugs for continuously dance, and someone's there is not only someone's try to get for do some works. They just get that drugs for fun,
Mm. It's
and
fun.
get a good entertainment.
Mm.
And it's not a good thing. It's, if we gets something like that continuously, I think he will. I think he will die in uh, near to 20 or 30 years.
Is that
If
that's what the article said. According to that article, if someone
mm,
consumes ice for 2 weeks continuously, his lifespan
mm,
reduces by 20 years.
yes, and
That means the person who can live for 80 years will live maximum 60 or 50.
yes, and I saw some mainly in these days. I saw some many music videos also. Uh, uh, how to say? They are mainly talk about drugs and marijuana, some kind of puff things. They mainly point out, and they just talk like it's a passion. It's a something like chilling thing, and they are normalizing that kind of things, and mainly in youngsters in teenage young society,
Mm.
they listen and watch like these videos and do a TikTok videos, they are allowed to do that, and mainly I
They
saw
love doing it. They love
they
doing
love
it.
to do that. Mainly I saw not only males,
Mm.
females also, teenage girls also, they love to
Consume
do a
it.
yes, they love to consume it, and we saw some in social medias and Instagram
Mm.
in past.
Mm.
Uh, Balls also not published the photos or videos
Mm.
about that when they gathered to parties, and when they get some drinks or cigarettes, they're not going to publish photos about that.
Mm.
But in a few months and years, I
Mm.
saw many girls also publishing things like that.
Mm.
But they
Yes.
try to show the society we are just enjoy our lives, and it's not a big deal.
Mm.
But I think they just starting with this kind of stuff, and they're going to end with
Dangerous drugs.
uh,
Dangerous drugs.
danger.
Yes,
Yes,
they
danger.
they, they may be
Yes,
starting with a bottle of beer or with a small
yes,
drink,
just a
but
beer.
they are going to end up with dangerous drugs.
Yes, I think we. It's not actually it's not a big deal. It's a,
Mm.
if it is a beer or some things, hard liquor. But it's depend on you.
Mm.
If you have confident what's the level you should get, and no, if he had
And
a
if you know your limit,
uh,
and if you know your limit,
yeah, yes, if he or she know about their limits,
mm.
it's not a big deal.
Mm.
But I think if they're going to kind of that that antaraya
Dangerous drugs,
Madhav,
dangerous
dangerous.
drugs.
When they go into dangerous drugs,
Mm.
I think there is no limit.
Mm.
It will start with their, if it mix up with their bloods,
Mm.
it will if their body started
Mm.
to uh,
Actually,
get
their
that
brain is not controlling them. The drug is the thing which
yes,
controls the whole mind and whole body.
control whole kind of their body.
Mm.
And we saw some mainly in our area in Nigamba beach side.
Mm.
Some of guys in that is some guys who addicted to drugs like cocaine or some like powder things.
Mm.
They just rob and try to do a robbery things
Mm.
to grab money to
Mm.
buy that kind of stuffs.
Mm.
They
When they
just
run out
don't
of money.
care about their personality or something. They most of them recognize them as drug
Drug addict.
drug addicted guys,
Mm.
and they just don't care about that. And
Mm.
they try to in my area. I also know someone, many some guys.
Mm.
They just plucked coconut from our neighbors'
Lands.
homes,
Mm.
uh, and they just steal many things
Mm.
like food, so
Mm.
some kind of home stuffs, and
Mm.
they just uh, try to buy that kind of things to do that type of things.
Mm.
And it will soonly in Sri Lanka, if
Soon
people
in Sri Lanka. Soon.
soon in Sri Lanka,
Mm.
if people don't, if people not get
If
clearly
people,
educated about,
Mhm.
if the people not get educated about that kind of drugs or these drugs and
Drugs and
some
their consequences. Drugs and their
yes,
consequences.
consequences,
mm.
it will become a huge society problem
Social issue, social issue.
here in Sri Lanka. Yes, social issues.
No, it
Sri
has
Lanka
already
so
happened now. It has already happened. It
yes,
hasn't.
but
It hasn't come up to its pinnacle yet. Now it's happening.
in Sri Lanka, I think it's a little bit in the safe hand.
Mm,
In I think in Colombia, like countries like Colombia,
mm.
they just doing that kind of things very
Such things happen. Such things happen open. Mm.
yes,
Happen
in
in public.
open
In public.
in public.
Mm,
We know about that kind of that very big drug dealers in their
mm,
countries,
mm,
and Sri Lanka uh, mainly for they are that kind of drug dealers. Actually, we talk we just say like them to drug dealers. We mainly know this kind of things do very powerful peoples
mm.
uh,
These things are
in
done.
the
These what are they called? These smugglies. This smuggling. No, this drug
yes, the
smuggling is done
smuggling
by very
things,
powerful people.
very powerful people,
Mm,
because without any for in legally in that kind of without that
without
kind of
political
power,
support. Without political support.
without political support,
Mm,
it's not easy to do
such
in
things.
this country.
Mm,
But mainly in our area also,
mm,
we know this kind of things do by some kind of ministers and
mm,
their peoples,
Even police
and
support
they are
them.
focusing
Even
yes,
police
police
support them.
police and many kind of government peoples supporting them in I think 4 or 5 years ago,
Mm,
we are uh, we just found South Asia's biggest drug container in
yes, yes.
Sri Lanka.
Yes.
So we don't know what happened to it.
Mm,
And in Maithripala Sirisena's government,
mm,
they just uh, they just destroyed some kind of stuff like that
mm,
to mix with cements and things.
mm,
But after in soon after that in Gotabe's government,
mm.
they found narcotic that uh,
Narcotic officers
narcotics officers.
they were
Yes,
engaged in drug smuggling.
they just selling that
Mm,
things again
mm,
after read that
mm.
things.
They were
And
in a business. They were in a business of
yes, they
reselling the arrested drugs to the
selling
drug dealers again.
arrested drugs.
Mm,
And actually, it's a very unfortunate thing in Sri Lanka.
mm,
We are not trying to do good things uh, to our society. I saw some video in social media. I think it's in Dubai or a Middle East country.
mm,
There is a supermarket.
mm,
Uh, they are labeled uh, vegetables with country flags,
mm,
carrots, beetroot,
mm,
kind of vegetables.
mm,
And if I uh, get an example as carrots in Australia,
mm,
uh, they labeled it price as 2 dirham, 3
mm,
dirham,
mm,
like that.
mm.
When it he show that video guys show there's only one vegetable labeled in Sri Lanka.
Mm.
It's a malu miris. I don't know what's that
Capsicum,
English name.
capsicum.
capsicum,
Hmm.
and it's priced as to 28 dirham.
28
It's
dirham. Hmm.
yes, it's more than 5 or 6
Five or six times
more,
costlier than 5 or 6 times costlier than
five,
other vegetables.
yes, other vegetables.
Hmm.
And he said, how do we going to develop our country like that kind of expensive price rate?
Hmm.
We just selling it as a gold. And it's not actually, if we going to sell something, we should
when we go to
sorry,
sell something.
when we going to selling something to market,
Hmm.
we need to know about what's the current price range, and
Hmm.
what's the best
What are the price ranges
competing.
of competitors?
Yes, competitors price ranges, and what's the best competitive price to that vegetable. But we don't know. Actually, it's in Sri Lanka, mainly Sinhalese. We don't know how to do a business. We should learn about that in
From Muslims.
Tamils and Muslim peoples.
Hmm.
That's the main reason. In apparel industry, it run by Muslim peoples.
Hmm.
We know that Mr. Ashraf, who's the leading,
Ashraf,
who's the
the Ashrafs are they are the owners of what's the
mass mass
Nas? No,
mass
not
mass group.
MAs.
Sorry, not mass. Brandix.
Brandix. Ashraf brothers. No, they are
Brandix and
brothers.
yes, mass group also owned by that I don't remember his. They are brothers.
Hmm.
Names. They are Muslim peoples,
Hmm. Hmm.
and mainly in the uh, leading businessmen as Dhammika Pereira and Harry Jayawardena.
Hmm.
They only one or two guys do in business, but I think they are not do as I said a few days ago, that unicorn
Hmm.
unicorn business.
Hmm. Hmm.
They are not making some kind of very big names. The Mars Brandix make a brand name. Uh, it's a brand name. In as I said, single people should learn to learn some things about business from
From
need to
Muslims.
learn the things from Muslims
Muslims.
and
Tamils.
and Tamil peoples also.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, and I think
Okay.
that's the
Right. Right. Shall we give a chance to Tamal and Mr. Geet? Now
okay.
let's talk about the dangerous side of this most dangerous side of this drug called ice on school children. Now
Yes.
according to news, now it is very fast, spreading rapidly among school children, mostly among girls. We can talk about that in
Yes.
the second round. Okay. Right.
Okay.
Tamal, shall we give a chance to Mr. Geet? I think
Okay, sir.
because he and his wife are very busy with their child's work. So I thought of giving them
Yes, sir.
early chance and let them go after that. Okay,
Yes,
right.
sir. Yes, sir.
All right,
Sure.
Mr. Git, it's your turn.
Yeah, yes, you're talking in the drug guys, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's, as I found, it's what happened if you take the drugs.
Hmm.
Not only the drugs, what happened you get when you eat chocolate.
Hmm.
What happened is release a hormone. It's called the happy hormone. I think it's a dopamine.
Hmm.
Dopamine, right, Tamal?
What?
It's dopamine, right, Tamal?
The ice name?
No, it's a hormone. When when you're happy, it's release hormone. The hormone name is dopamine, right?
Maybe. I haven't heard
Actually,
about
I don't
that
have
thing.
an idea.
Miss
Right,
Asani
right.
may know. Miss Asani may know it's because she is absent today. She is a Ayurvedic doctor, no?
What happens is when we feel happy, our mind let
Releases.
to
Our mind releases a hormone.
releases hormone in our blood called dopamine. It's called as a happy hormone.
Happy hormone.
What happen when we take ice is it release huge amount of dopamines.
Uh-huh.
So that's why we if we take that there is no coming back.
Mhm.
That is why people call addicted.
Mhm.
So it's the American.
That means
American.
does that mean that if someone consumes it for the first time, he cannot stop it? He gets addicted to it first time and he continuously uses it.
Yeah, the reason is that happy hormone it release huge amount of. If we
Huge
take a chocolate, it not release as much as the ice.
Mhm.
Huge hormone, huge amount of hormones. That is why if you take one size, the most people says there is no coming back.
Uh-huh.
The American organization, I saw a video about American organization. They did the test on rats,
Mhm.
couple rats, the female and the male ones. They inject ice, and the 2 or 3 days after,
2 or 3 days
the
later.
male,
2 or 3 days
yeah,
later.
yeah, 2 days later, they only inject male ones.
Uh-huh.
And the male one choose ice over the female. That means they prefer ice more than the sex.
More than 6. Mhm.
Yeah, that is why how it's dangerous.
Mhm.
So it gives pleasure more than the sex.
More than
Ice.
yes. Mhm. That's what the article said. That the article what I shared on WhatsApp and Facebook this morning. According to the article, when someone consumes ice for 2 weeks at the stretch, his lifespan reduces by 20 years, and also sexual what's called virility, or what's called what is it called? It causes sexual. There's a nice word now, like the word doesn't come to my mind suddenly.
Right.
Sexual impotence, it causes sexual
Important.
impotency.
Mm. So, my friend, yeah, I know my best friend is addicted to ice.
Uh-huh.
Uh, my school best friend.
Uh-huh.
So I have to close connection with him.
Uh-huh.
So I knew what happened in the early stages. Actually, his father and mother passed away.
Mm-hmm.
He was married.
Mm.
Uh, After having 2 kids, he started taking the ice.
Ice drop. Mm.
So what happened was he sold eventually he sold his house. Now he's in the rent basis
Mm-hmm.
and drugging.
Still consumes the drug. Mhm. Now, even if he's sent to a rehabilitation center, they cannot be saved.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. That means it's more
So,
dangerous than heroin and cocaine.
yeah, like that rat, male rats choose
Mm.
ISO.
I saw
The,
female
yeah,
and
yeah, my friend choose ISO his family.
or his family. Right, right.
He sold there. He had a nice house in Mahabagi. Actually, now it's worth more than 30 million.
30 million. Uh-huh.
Yeah, he sold to I think 10 million like that
Mm-hmm.
1.5 year ago. So
See what?
what I have to do is, so I have to close all the connection with
Mm.
him because there is no way I'm going to do connection with him. That
Mm.
after I tried to get into a path, but
Mm.
the waste. I felt that it's going to waste of my time.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided that
Now, when someone is identified as an addict, as addicted to heroin or cocaine, he can be saved. He can be rehabilitated just by sending to rehabilitation center and keeping there. But as you said, I didn't know this drug is so powerful, so dangerous like that. When someone consumes it for the first time, he cannot be saved. He cannot. His life cannot be saved. He continuously uses it. So
Yeah.
how? So what a bad impact it's going
Heroin,
to make.
heroin and cocaine are made from nature, even though they are drugs.
Hmm.
They are products of nature.
Yes, yes.
But
Yeah,
this ice
yes, they are made by a flower, no? By parts of flower.
flower, poppy, yeah,
Yeah,
poppy
flower.
flower.
Poppy flower.
Yeah, poppy flower. But this one is the dangerous human creation.
It's totally artificial.
Artificial, yeah.
Mm.
Human made creations, yeah.
It's man-made, totally
Yeah.
man-made.
It's like a virus.
Virus. Now the most dangerous thing is now it's spreading very fast among school children, mostly among girls. Now see what a bad
Mm.
impact it's going to make on our future generation.
Yeah, the last month we went for a show on the Nelumpakuna, and there was I think more than 80% girls were smoking.
Uh-huh.
In our I mean when I was in that ages, I mean 20s, we hardly see girls are smoking.
Mhm.
Now it's nothing.
Mm.
So same thing apply for, I think, the drugs. I
Yes.
think, I believe.
Yes, as I heard, this drug is very popular among A-level and O-level children, mostly among girls, because uh, those who trap them, what they do is they tell their friends that they have a stuff which makes them stay awake all night when studying. So it makes them more capable of studying at night. They can, that means they can stay awake for long hours at the night and they can study more. So they also start using it and get addicted. That's how it is spread. That's how it is published among children, school children.
Yeah, it's a very expensive drug. I wonder how they can afford it. I mean, the school children.
However, it happens now. most uh,
Hmm.
most schoolgirls who are in the habit of going to salons to get facials and other things done, they are easily trapped by those girls who work in salons. I don't know how they are trapped. I don't know what sort of things they put into their minds. However, they may become friends and this drug is given to them. uh, right, we are running out of time. It's time to restart now.